What it is, ladies and gentlemen, you're still checking out the Culture Clash with your boy Thorne, LaRoq, the Beast, and right now with me is your boy Asaph.
Yeah, yeah.
What up, my man?
What's good, brother?
You up in here?
I'm well, dog.
One time, welcome to it.
Bless up.
So yeah, it's a lot of cats that have came and gone. Some hardcore, some commercial. Only this year cat that I'm talking to right now has managed to combine the commercial as well as social commentary, in my opinion, and managed to penetrate the industry countrywide. My man.
What's good?
Let's start from Quanfire.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And here you are, the boy Ace.
Yeah.
Yo, my man, you started off as Quanfire back in the day.
Yeah.
And how was your journey?
I mean, I guess it was just a thing of leveling up as you grow, letting the process of life take you to where you need to get to.
And by the way, what year was Quanfire?
Quanfire.
What year was the jump off for Asaph?
The jump off for me as Quanfire, I think that was when I was still in high school, brother.
Right.
That was like 2008. 2008. So
Right.
I had this song. It was even on an international download. You feel me?
Right.
Me and my friend at school, as a Petra High at the
All
time, right? So my actual rap name was Quan T.
Quan T.
You feel me? So
All
then
right.
we had this song that we did called No Touching.
Okay.
So it was the guy I was rapping with. His name was Blaze.
All right.
So then I was just having a fun on the intro. Where I'm like, yo, it's Blaze and Quan Fire. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So
All right.
everyone thought my name was Quan Fire, but my name was not Quan Fire.
All right.
So I just had to run with it and say, okay, fine, I'm Quan Fire. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Shit.
So back then, what kind of rap was you doing back then?
Back then, bro, I was influenced by guys like Nas, Common, Jay-Z. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the type of rap that I was trying to do was just reality raps, I guess, talking about. One, how dope I am as a lyricist, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
also just my experiences, my surrounding, what's going on in life. That was
Alright.
basically me.
Alright.
Because we'd meet at like break times and have ciphers, have battles, but it would just be me and Blaze, the two
Okay,
of us.
just
But
the two of you.
but every break time, everyone would come and stand around us.
Then you guys just
Was
bang.
rapping, you know what I mean?
All right.
That's how
All
it
right.
was.
So fast forward. This is 2021, my man. You're literally the best rapper in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
There's the fame.
Yeah.
There's the gigs.
Yeah.
Tell me about all of that thing.
I mean, it's cool, bro.
You're living the dream that most of those lighters is trying to live. You know what
I
I'm saying?
feel you in a way, because I feel like there's still so much more that we can do. You know what I mean? There's many. I feel like there's many levels to making it. If you understand what I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because first you're gonna have to make it in your neighborhood.
Yes.
Then you're gonna have to make it in your city. Then you're gonna have to make it in your country.
Yeah.
Then you make it in your region.
Yeah.
Make it in your continent. Then
Yeah.
you become a global superstar. You know what I mean?
True.
So this is just like a step in the right direction. The type of bookings and gigs I'm doing now cannot compare to the time when I'm now a continental act. Well, I kind of am continental because of the mama thing, but you know what I mean? When you're now actually out there and you're getting these gigs, you're booked,
Let's
you're
talk
what?
about the mama thing. Tell me about that.
I mean, the mama thing was pretty dope, bro. It really came about from just having support from people that love my music. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because they were asking, MTV was asking like, who do you think deserves this nomination, right?
Okay.
So then a couple of Zim artist names came out. So there was me, Gemma, Winky D, Ja Praiser, Shasha. Someone else, I can't remember the other person. So then it was up to people to vote, you know what I mean? So we took the campaign to social media, bro.
All right.
People came through, they voted for us, we got the nomination, you know what I mean? So that's basically how it is. So that really showed me that, yo, I have a lot of people who are supporting me and want me to really do good, you know what I mean?
All right, now I know there's a bad boy side to you, you know what I'm saying? Not that I'm trying to expose you or
Yeah,
anything,
yeah.
because a lot of times when a star takes the camera and everything, we trying to be on a Jesus tip and everything. My man, I know you're under pressure.
Yeah.
There's a lot that's going on industry. There's a lot of stumbling blocks, you know what I'm saying? You got honey screaming your name left, right, and center. I want to know, how are you coping with all that pressure? How do you handle all that?
Okay, on that tip, I handle it by reminding myself that you haven't made it yet. You know what I
Okay.
mean? That's the thing that sobers me up. Where I'm like, no, bro, we haven't made it yet. You're not to park here. So no matter who's screaming your name, no matter who's doing what, that shouldn't change what's going on in your mind. You know what I mean? That shouldn't change your next move. You know, oh, because people are screaming, maybe I must go there. Yet you had a plan of going this way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the thing that I always remind myself.
Yeah.
You're still working. You're
Yeah.
still in the trenches.
One
So you
time.
keep your head down and your shovel high.
One time.
Keep on working. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So how many albums do you have so far?
In all,
And
bro.
which one is your favorite?
In all, I think I have 5 albums. My favorite, and this is gonna sound cliche, my favorite is the one I haven't done yet. You know what I'm saying? My favorite is the one that I haven't done yet.
All
The
right.
ones that are out, I know them, I hear them, I like them, they're cool, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I can tell you my most creative one was 25. That was 2017.
Okay.
Because on that one I had a dancehall song, you know what I mean? I had
Alright.
like all types of different genres on it. My most lyrical one, I guess maybe was the People's Rapper, or some may argue it was the King's Village series because I was doing a lot of storytelling there, and then maybe my most political one was the People's Rapper. You see what I'm saying? So I guess each album has its mission. You see what I'm saying? So based on what its purpose was, that's the vibe. So my favorite one is the one I haven't written because I'm thinking, dang, what am I gonna do next? You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. Now, a lot of people argue that the hip hop culture here in Zimbabwe is very strong.
Yeah.
Stronger than in a lot of regions in Africa. Why do you think that we are failing to break through?
There are a number of factors, bro. One, the economy. You know what I'm saying? That's just one of them.
All right.
And that's the main root. Then all these other things spring up from there.
Okay.
Because I feel like as Zim hip hop, we kind of have to take it back to the roots of how the culture can start. But then we're caught up with being in this 21st century, and we know what the industry can become. So we're trying to have the bright lights and everything without having a strong foundation, you know what I mean, that is rooted in culture and what a movement is supposed to be.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like once we're able to get back to that element of making sure that, number one, do Zimbabweans know what hip-hop culture even is? You see what they think they know.
Yeah.
But they don't really know.
True,
You
yeah.
see,
Yeah.
they even know the 5 elements of hip-hop. You see what I'm saying? Taking it back to the roots.
To the roots.
Of saying, and even in a Zimbabwean context, what do these elements look like?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the Zimbabwean context, what do block parties look like? Because that's where
Yeah.
they started.
True,
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how it started. So even if you look at dancehall, that's how it started. It started as a culture.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's how it grew. It grows from actually being a lifestyle, a culture that people live.
Yeah.
Here, I feel like we've skipped the stages of now thinking hip hop is the superstar life.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yet no, it's actually the trenches. It's actually
It's the
speaking for the
lifestyle.
people. You see what I'm actually
Yeah.
the lifestyle, the everyday life on the street. Getting into the supcos. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? That's what hip hop is. If you look at the States, how it started.
All right.
It didn't just come out and it's amazing. Now Grammys, they're winning Grammys and everything now.
All right.
That's where it started, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe we could give an example of South Africa.
Uh-huh.
It evolved out of their Kwaito. You see what I'm saying? Which was original to them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
And I
saying?
agree because, with South African hip hop, you already know they got their Pansula attached to it.
Yeah.
Zim dancehall, you got that whole H-Town lifestyle attached to it. Nigerians have their lifestyle attached to it.
yeah.
We somehow in Bulawayo, we're still struggling to attach a lifestyle to our music.
Because I feel maybe it's because of the sound. We're still trying to identify what the sound is. And also because for Bulawayo, the major issue is we are so close to South Africa and the cultures are so similar that someone would feel like, okay, if I was to do a song with, for example, Vibe is Correct, right?
Yeah.
You can say that's a Bulawayo sound.
Yeah.
But anytime someone hears it, they say, this guy must be from SA.
Yeah.
You see what?
Yeah.
So we're easily compared. You know what I mean?
Alright.
If maybe if H-Town was right next to Jamaica, you know what I mean? And people are like, why are we listening to this when we've got the real patois coming from next door?
Jamaica.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If a rapper here was to try and J Doomza will always be compared to
South
Pro
African
Kid.
rappers.
You see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
we're so close.
Yeah.
So that's one of the challenges that we have as Bulawayo. But I feel like that will just make us have to be more creative and have to fight harder. Because you know what I mean? Once you get that pressure, once you have opposition, you have to fight harder. And you'll come out stronger at the end of the day than someone who never had opposition. You see what I'm saying? That's why people say Bulawayo has got the most creative people because it's hard. You know what I mean? You really have to be amazing to get some type of recognition from here. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
On time, my man. All right, so there's a track that I was listening to that you did back in the day, which is something different from the general Asaph music that I've heard from the beginning until now. This track called Last that you did with J Doomza.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Like real life, man. I'm still gonna go there. There's a lot of cats that died, especially in Zimbabwe, after being famous, and they get sick.
I feel you.
You feel what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying.
What message do you want to send to the youth, man, in that regard?
I mean, in that regard, it's this message that we always tell people.
Yeah.
Strap up. How do they say? What? In West these days in COVID time, they're like, wear your mask and wear your condom, nigga.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what it is. But if you're wondering why I would make that song when I should be like, bro, sex is a part of life, brother, and sex sells too, dog. Plus, that song was actually part of a series that I wanted to do, like these R&B like collaborations. The first one was I did with Freya and Too Young. It was called Tonight. It was also on that tip. You know what I mean? And then the follow-up was Last with Jay Doomza. I wanted to do another one and just keep them going. It's just, plans change and the situations differ. But yeah, that was just me exploring a different side of what I can do. You know what I mean? I also like to believe that I'm someone who can try different sounds, different vibes. So even to play around with this R&B vibe to get the ladies listening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we create, as musicians, we create moods. You see what I'm saying? So I want to be able to say, like, when someone was wanting to have some time with his lady, it's like, yo, let me play this Asaph track because it's gonna set the mood. You know what I mean? When someone gets to a drink up and they're like, yo, let me put Good Times Anthem because it's gonna set the mood. You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right. So Asaph, being who you are and where you are right now, what do you think needs to be done to develop the art form itself?
The art form itself.
Yeah, like you were saying, which a lot of people still need to be educated about what this hip-hop thing is, because I'm sure if a lot of people knew what it was, we'd have more fans.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I think we need to have less summits and more workshops. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I feel like when we have summits and we just meet up and we talk, but there's no, at least what I've seen. Maybe there has been like, some follow-ups and stuff like that. But follow-ups where actual information is getting into the hands of these up-and-coming youngsters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like, okay, we've been in the game for some time. So we've kind of gained some type of experience and hard-headedness where no one can come and tell me, yo, try like this. I can take some advice. But because of my quote-unquote experience, I'll say, but I did like this. You know what I mean? But these young cats who are like 17, 18, 19, you know what I mean? If we are able to teach them to say, yo, this is what you're going to need, you know what I mean? Or this is what it is, or this is the culture, or this is how to register, or this is, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, so if we're able to... No pressure. No pressure. Got it.
So you can go ahead.
We're redoing what, the last question?
The last question. What do you need? What do you need for the... What do you think the culture needs?
So you being in the position that you are in right now and understanding the game from the level that you're at right now, what do you think needs to be done to conscientize people about the culture? Because I really believe that if more people understood what the culture is about, we'd have more fans.
Yeah. I feel like we need to have less summits and more workshops, you know what I mean? Where we can actually give knowledge, information, skill to these up-and-coming artists, you know what I mean? So that at least the next generation is coming up more informed, more equipped. You see what I'm saying? If it's for producers, where they know the standard that we're trying to get to. You see what I'm saying? If it's for the artists themselves, where writing boot camps, stuff like that, you know what I mean? Or how to register your music, or what are the channels to go, you know what I mean? Even, for example, I'm on Sky's Metro FM, right?
All right.
And you are on Nkuluman. Don't you get like young cats sending you tracks? It's not even labeled. It's not even an album art. You know what I mean? And if we're trying to compete in the real world, bro, someone is just gonna skip the track and be like, let's be serious. I'm looking for something where I'm just gonna read and, you know what I mean, and play the song. So all that information, I feel like if we can get to a point where actual practical knowledge, practical skill is being given to the generation that's coming up, that's a starting point. You know what I mean? Because I feel like we'll wait for other people, for sponsors, for what, but if the actual culture itself doesn't know what it's doing, we're missing the point.
We're missing the point. Now, some time back you had an event called Black Boys that was doing its rounds, and I noticed recently you got something going on Fridays. Tell me about all that.
Well, with Berg Boys, it was just a movement, bro. Because another thing that I feel like the culture needs is movements. You know what I mean? Lots of people were talking about, we need to be united as a culture. Sometimes I feel like we can be united in our groups. Not everyone has to be united. You know what I'm saying? Not the whole game has to be united. We're united knowing that we're hip-hop, but united in terms of movements. Let me explain what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know, Cal had Control Tribe, right?
Yes.
I had Berg Boys.
Yes.
Then let me put Fish with Il Deuce. You see what I'm saying? These are three different movements.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But in those movements, there must be a videographer, producer, artist, manager. You know what I mean? Like they have their vibe going on to say this is Berg Boys. They have their fan base. You see what I'm saying? Il Deuce, same thing. I'm a salad Lokshin, same thing. You know what I mean? They've got that thing that they're building, that culture. So that's basically what we were trying to build. Where we know that there's gonna be a Berg Boys weekend. Where we're gonna dress up in our Berg Boys gear, dancers, you know what I mean? Just celebrate
that's
our vibe.
Thing
you know what I mean? About. You know what I mean? Like I would check out on Channel O, bro. There'll be events like Dust, which is KO and them, versus Cool Cat and them. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Those type of things. So KO will have his cats, and then they're gonna perform a 30-minute set. Their fans are gonna go crazy. You know what I mean? After him, a Cool Cat is gonna come in. Boys in Box. They're gonna do their 30-minute set. Guys gonna go crazy. That kind of tension, that kind of excitement. You know what I mean? So who's better? That's the things that kind of make hip hop exciting and get the crowds charged up. So that was kind of like the whole idea behind having those type of events. So now with the ones that we're doing at the Vista, it's just so that every Friday, bro, if you're in the City of Kings, every Friday, if you're in the City of Kings and you love local music, you want to hear what's new and coming from the City of Kings, come to the Vista. You'll see an art. Like, we had one last night, Uskara, bro, shut it down. You know what I mean? And people are messaging me now, say, yo, Skara, I never heard of him. This G is dope. You know what I mean? That's what we want. For new, to give artists a platform, represent, get a following. You know what I mean? On to the next. We're happy that now the government has allowed us to have shows, 50 people. You know what I mean? Some people were complaining, but I was like, yo, let's start from there.
Let's start with those.
Create your database. You know what I mean? You've got the names, you've got the numbers, you've got the emails. Now you've got a mailing list.
On time.
Every month, if you're able to do that consistently, get those same 50 people. That 50 is going to turn into 100. It's going to turn into 200 as people spread the word. Like, yo, last night it was crazy at Asaph show. Basically.
Hey, that's dope. Before I wrap this up, I want to ask you a very interesting thing here. Right, I was talking to a certain individual who was telling me that the reason why hip-hop is really not popping up is because we lack a relevance as hip-hop heads. Like, the reason why Zim Dancehall is popping is because it is relevant to the consumer. They can identify with it. Where else, us hip-hop cats, it's like we're in the clouds, man. Our people can't even hear what we say. It's like we're so busy with America and South Africa, we've forgotten to address issues that our people are facing right here, which is why they don't find relevance in our music. What do you think about that?
I mean, it goes back to what I said at the start, bro. People don't even know what hip-hop is. You know what I mean? And we skipped the stages from building it at its roots. And now, because of the era that we're in, we know that it's... You see our rappers wearing chains, we see rappers in cars, so we think, okay, hip-hop must be an expensive genre. It must be for guys who are making it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's just been painted like that. And it's not every hip-hop artist in Zim who's on that tip. We have lots and lots and lots of artists who are actually speaking about what's going on in the streets. You see what I'm saying? But because of, there's just that whole perception. Where Zimbabweans have painted hip-hop as, what is... you see what I'm saying? Basically, that's the only thing. So now it's up to us, man, to take it back, to take the narrative of hip hop back. To say, I know y'all think hip hop is like this. Let us show you what Zimbabwean hip hop really is about.
One time, man. One time. That's different. So check this out, my man. What's up for Asaph before we wrap this up?
Hey, watch. Just keep watch. That's all I can say.
One time for your mom, baby. It's the Culture Clash. Brah!